Oh, jeez, Joe. Why are we so strange?
I don't know, brother. Why are we?
Welcome to the Basement Brothers. We are glad to have you here with us today, as we are streaming for the 10th time. 10th time, Joe.
Man.
We're up to number 10 already. I can't believe it. Time has flown by.
Yes, it has.
We thank you all for being a part of it, and we look forward to sharing another fun broadcast with you today. Just in case, hello Travis, hello Zach, glad to have you guys here. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, give us a like, and hit that bell notification button if you have not already.
We have one person watching, but we have 3 people who have already
I know.
commented.
Well, and the thing with the I've heard there's been a lot of issues with.
Oh, 5 watching.
Yeah, I've heard there's been a lot of issues with the notification of our channel. For some reason, it doesn't notify people all the time. So, and I have a feeling it's because of the bell button. Some people don't have that pressed. So, if you're having issues with that, go ahead and try to click on that bell button and see if that gets it resolved. All right. With that, today we are going to be talking about what, Joe? What are we talking about?
Sports/athletics.
Sports/athletics. I'm going to get rid of the comments on our, because I've actually been notified that the comments now show up in post recordings. So if you ever go back and watch our live shows, you'll actually see the comments. So we don't actually have to have them on screen. Maybe it's something I'll get set up later on, just because it'd be nice to have, but I was unable to kind of get to all that today before the stream, and that is because I got held over by a customer who needed some help. So I love helping people in my job, but sometimes it's like, come on, I gotta get going, I gotta get home. So how was your day today, Joe? How was it?
Well, I guess there were a few things that made it just kind of annoying.
That made it annoying. In what way? What was annoying about your day?
So you know how we're selling those Cerugi's candy bars?
Yeah.
Well, well, I go up to, I'm waiting outside the school, waiting for the doors to open so that we can go inside. And I'm just standing there talking to some friends, and I'm just holding the box. It breaks. The handle just snaps right off, and the whole box just goes crashing to the ground. And then it's like broke on the side, and now it's like,
So you broke your box?
Yeah, I broke the box.
Nice.
But it wasn't my fault, because it literally just broke. Like, it wasn't like anything I could have prevented. I was just holding the handle, and it just broke. Like, most random thing ever.
Yeah, those boxes, sometimes they get worn down over time. What's Zach talking about here?
I don't know, because that wouldn't have been me.
Invis on the entrance. Is that in Minecraft?
Yeah, he's talking about our Minecraft server. But that wouldn't have been me, Zach.
Is that a spell? Is that a spell you cast or something?
No.
What's an invis?
It's a barrier block. It's an invisible block that's unbreakable.
Oh, so someone...
That was somebody else. I'm telling you now. But oh well.
But anyway. Yeah, so you had a rough day because your chocolate box
broke.
Well,
that was just the first thing.
Okay. What else? What else went on? Tell us.
Well...
Share.
Kind of tying into our themes, I had the Pacer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a fun time, isn't it? How'd you do? How'd you do on the Pacer?
I was 16.
Do you want to... So, for those out there that may not know what the Pacer is, do you want to...
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic test or something like that. I don't know. If you've ever heard of that meme, that's what the Pacer is.
There's a meme on the Pacer?
Yeah. People
really?
took the... You know, like they have the starting thing, and it goes like, the Fitness Gram Pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic activity test that will get harder as you go. People turn that into a meme. I don't know how, but it's just because people hated the Pacer, so then they turned it into a meme.
Oh, man. Well, yeah. No, that does tie into our topic today, sports and athletics. But before we get in there, let's pull out a random fact.
Yeet.
Shall we? Shall we grab a random fact? Get us a random fact, Joe. pull out one of those random facts from the books.
It's been a while since we've done this, and we have quite a few people watching and commenting, so I'm going to say this. Let's have a vote. What book?
A vote. Give us a vote, people. Show them the options. Show them the options.
Should I go through all of them, or should I go through like a select few? Let's just go through all of them.
Is that, I say page 322 of what book, though?
The Book of Useless Information. Crowd favorite. The Book of Unusual Knowledge. This one's one of my favorites. It's the brown. So let's go with the color.
Brown, red, brown.
Black, also known as the Book of Bizarre Truths. And then we also have the Book of Amazing History, or green. And then we got one more, but here it is. The Book of Extraordinary Facts.
So that's black, green, red, blue.
There's black, brown, red, green, blue. 5 options.
Put in your votes. Submit those votes. Let us see what you want Joe to pull from page 322. Green. We got a green.
Okay. I guess if nobody else... Okay, green.
Green, 322.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Considering we have 6 people watching, I think that's enough votes.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's half the core audience. Good job, guys.
Page 322. Let's see. Let's try to find it. 322. Historians agree that the development of agriculture around 10,000 BC was the something that led to civilization. There is a strong correlation between agriculture, population size and density, and social complexity. Once agriculture began, human populations were increasingly tied to the land. They could no longer be nomadic, moving around at different times of the year and setting up temporary villages. As people continued to stay in one place and social relationships became more hierarchical, permanent villages developed into cities.
Yeah. That would be, do you know the landmass that was the first civilization, or at least what's claimed to be the first civilization?
There's Travis putting in the meme. The fitness gram pacer test is a multi-stage aerobic capacity test that progressively gets more difficult as it continues. The 20-meter pacer test will begin in 30 seconds. Line up at the start. On your marks, get ready, start.
Start.
There's more in between there, but like Travis said, it wouldn't fit in the thingy, so.
No, do you know the first technical civilization that was based around, I believe it was 3 rivers. There was the Tigris, I don't remember all I know Tigris was one of them, though. Do you know the name of the first civilization?
That have been ancient Egypt?
Nope. Oh. Nope, not ancient Egypt.
That
would have been the
Tigris
Nile.
Sounds like, okay.
Tigris
also sounds like India. I don't know why, but for some reason Tigris makes me think
it's Middle East.
Oh, Middle East.
It is Middle East, yeah.
Okay.
Does anyone in the comments know the first civilization? The alleged first civilization.
Israel?
Nope, not Israel. You would remember it. I learned this in AP World History. So
Turks?
Nope, not the Turks. It was Mesopotamia.
Oh.
Yeah, Mesopotamia.
I don't know why. All I'm thinking of now is Istanbul, is Constantinople. That's all I can think of now since I...
No, but that is the first known civilization, and it was founded on rivers. A lot of the first initial societies were founded on rivers because that's where they would grow their crops for irrigation.
And also, they were major trade ports. So
major trade ports. It was the rivers were like roads.
Yep. Roads
back in the day. Back in that day. So, with that, let's move on to. So, do we want to hit up? We do have sports first, so I guess let's cover sports. What kind of sports are you into, Joe? What we're talking mainstream sports. So like you got NFL, NBA, the mainstream sports. Give us and this I think would include say Olympic sports or athletics. I think I included in the title. Yeah. Or any sports. Give us something.
Well, as far as watching goes, the only sport that really entertains me in the slightest the sports that really kind of entertain me at all in the slightest would be I do find interest in the NFL. I watch it sometimes. I'm not a very big fan of watching many other sports, but NFL definitely does entertain me at times. I don't watch it often, but I do like watching it at times. And when the Olympics are on, every once in a while will watch them, but
Yeah.
they're not quite like my favorite thing. I might watch them, but they entertain me a little bit. So Olympics and NFL, I guess.
Those are your two big
Well,
ones.
just Winter Olympics.
Just the winter ones.
I don't really like the Summer Olympics, but the Winter Olympics.
So we got some comments going on here. Baseball. Do you watch any baseball?
Jordy Nelson?
I don't watch any baseball. Yeah, Jordy Nelson was cut. Really? I need proof.
I got really confused when you said base. I thought.
So being from Wisconsin, we should probably clarify. We do have bias when it comes to football,
yes,
because we have to be. We are
Packer
green and
backers.
gold all the way. Packer backers by far. So yeah, I would say football is my my biggest one that I participate in. But even football, if I don't watch all the games, I don't really follow it too hardcore. Like I think a lot of Packer fans are really hardcore football fans. So I'm just not big into the whole sports thing, like just watching it.
Yeah, same.
I love playing the games. I actually, and this is
EA Sports.
And okay, so baseball too. Someone mentioned baseball.
Yeah.
Zach did. When it comes to baseball, I feel like I would rather watch, say, like a Raptors game.
Yeah.
So Raptors are what are they? They're semi.
I think they're called like minor league.
No.
I don't know.
No, they're lower.
Oh yeah.
I don't know baseball. I don't know baseball that well.
Pay to play.
Okay. Yeah, sure. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I don't know what they actually are.
But I would rather watch, say, those players play baseball than like the major league baseball teams.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's so repetitive.
Yeah.
You know, and they're at such a peak performance that you can almost predict what's going to happen. Almost.
Depending on the pitcher.
Chess or checkers?
Well,
Those are sports, I guess.
Is checkers? I know chess is deemed a sport, but is checkers?
I mean, maybe. I don't know if checkers is.
I like playing chess. I would
Yeah,
never
once again-
watch it. I would never watch it because that would be.
Love playing it. Love playing chess.
Hey,
I don't think I'd ever
wanna know
watch
what the
it.
best game is? Best sport to watch?
Oh boy.
Golf. I never got the point of watching golf.
Yeah.
It's just like
So, and when it comes to full on, so there's golf. I would actually rather watch mini golf, I think.
yeah,
If I had to pick a golf to watch,
NASCAR.
NASCAR. I remember actually my dad used to watch a lot of NASCAR.
Yeah,
He used to watch it when it was the NASCAR season, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's actually watched it in that long, has
he really
he?
hasn't.
So, and the this sounds awful. This sounds really awful, but the most entertaining parts of NASCAR would be the crashes for me. Like it would probably put me to sleep watching NASCAR because it's so relaxing. Just them going around the track, and then all of a sudden you'd have a crash, and you're like, "Whoa!" It got exciting. So, and I don't want people to get hurt though.
Yeah.
So I had like a conflicting side of me being like, "Ooh, a crash happened," but wait, someone could be hurt. This is bad.
Now, James, what do you think about EA Sports? I mentioned this earlier, and so did Travis. But
EA Sports.
it's the Pro Gaming League.
Oh, is that what it's considered? I just always call it
EA
esports.
Oh.
I always considered esports.
Well, it's EA that technically runs like one branch of it, so they call it EA
Right.
Sports.
Okay. So when it comes to esports, I haven't watched any. I've just recently gotten into watching Twitch. Sometimes. So to sit down and watch that for sports, BattleBots. Who in here is a BattleBot fan?
I watched BattleBot.
Who
Yeah,
I'm calling all
it's
BattleBots out. That was a great show.
BattleBots.
What?
I don't know.
No, so BattleBots. I loved BattleBots. I don't know why it was so amusing to me.
What was the one that did really well in that first season we called, right?
I think that's considered a sport.
Yeah, I think. Wasn't it like Tombstone was the name.
Tombstone, dude.
That
thing rocked. So, I mean, if that's considered a sport, then I feel like monster trucks would be considered a sport, right?
True. Yeah, Grandpa was a
boxer. Yeah. I don't watch any boxing. Have you ever watched boxing?
No.
I've never watched boxing. But yeah, our grandpa was a boxer. I'm trying to think. Now it's all into like the extreme. I think the bigger thing than boxing is what is it, like MMA?
Oh,
you know, all that
WWE.
stuff. WWE.
SmackDown Championship.
It's time for the SmackDown. You know, like all those big announcer voice.
And most of them, they're just acting.
And that's the thing is, with those, I don't know if I really consider it a sport.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I would consider it a sport.
No,
just
there
because...
are some that are actual boxing that are like...
No, yeah, real boxing.
That is a sport.
That's a sport.
Like the WWE, like, faking it all.
Yeah.
I don't quite know.
I don't think it is. I think that's more of a entertainment.
Yeah.
It's entertainment is what it is.
Because most of it's acting.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And honestly, a lot of the wrestlers in that own up to that. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say, but if it's your kind of entertainment, if you like that, cool. I just don't think I could consider it a sport. But sports are entertainment. So
yeah, true.
It's all in the eye of the beholder, right?
So not enough from watching sports. What type of sports do
you
like?
Okay, no, wait. Oh. We always talk about PUBG at least once, right?
Oh.
So here's our little PUBG plug.
Oh, gosh.
PUBG. Esports ready. Is it or is it not, Joe? Come on.
I don't think it's ready yet. I think it's definitely a game that should be eventually implemented, but I think the software is a little too glitchy and not yet fully like optimized to where it should be to be ready.
They should have waited. They should have waited. But yes, that is a sport, Mom. It's an esport. Look it up. Rocket League's an esport.
Yeah. I think if Rocket League's deemed an esport, then I think PUBG should. Rocket
League and yeah, Rocket League is I know that. Hey, it's Mark. Hey, Mark.
Hey.
Glad you joined us today. Did you get a notification this time? I'm curious because some people still say they haven't gotten them even when they have the bell checked, which is frustrating.
Yeah, because that's like exactly what the bell is for. So.
But no, Rocket League. I know that one of my friends watches the esports for that. Mm-hmm. So, awesome. Notifications are going out. Woo! So, WWE is fake.
They do not hit real punches or kicks, but it does hurt.
Oh yeah, they learn.
Oh yeah,
they learn how to fall, and that's actually something that when I get down more to size, I want to learn how to fall better. So
I've never heard of Clash of Clans being a sport.
Clash of Clans? No.
Is that really considered?
No, that's not a sport, is it?
I can maybe see Clash Royale, but
I think the definition of sport can be very loosely interpreted.
True. Yeah, well, let's Google search it. What is the definition of a sport?
Well, okay, yeah, here we go. Sport definition.
An activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. Or, oh, wait, those are just
for entertainment. So I guess
physical exertion, though.
What?
It also includes physical exertion, though.
But what is considered in physical exertion? Because there's mental physical exertion, and you are technically moving around. It's not as much movement.
Here, instead of using Google, let's check Oxford or Merriam-Webster to see if they have anything.
Here, Oxford. Oops, that's not what I wanted.
Esports.
Esport.
No, we just
Oxford.
An athletic activity requiring skill or physical prowess, and often competitive in nature, as racing, baseball, tennis, golf, bowling, wrestling, boxing, hunting, fishing.
See, but
if you consider it to be only athletic, then what is NASCAR?
But see, this doesn't take into account chess.
Yeah,
right?
Chess, because that's deemed a sport.
Yeah.
Also, not to mention NASCAR.
Being a gladiator.
See, Mom, if you think mental doesn't count, technically, I believe.
Okay, if mental,
chess
is
deemed a sport. So.
Yeah, if mental doesn't count, then what about chess?
Well, I mean, NASCAR kind of, but that's more just physical. That's more skill, like just with knowing where to turn.
But see, that's all mental as well. I wouldn't say there's that much physical.
I mean, it's not like
there
you
is
have
some
to,
physical.
work out.
No, there is some physical with it, but not as much as like football.
You gotta have quick reactions.
And fishing, yeah, there's not much physical with fishing. Mental is considered a game. Well, then games would.
Yeah,
be.
Literally on Oxford, fishing was an option, like one of the things, and so was racing. So
yeah, I by that definition.
Also, I believe I'm pretty sure chess is deemed a sport. So
just being a gladiator, they don't even do that anymore, Mark. Gosh,
that is a pretty cool sport.
Such a great sport. I just said I was conflicted about car crashes, and here's Mark. Gladiators.
Dive in the water for catfish. Oh, kick fishing will require physical exertion.
Oh man, is chess in the Olympics? I don't know.
Is football in the Olympics?
Maybe like American football. I don't know.
I don't think American football is.
Is chess
in the Olympics? It's actually on Google apparently.
#1 search for Google.
26 games that have been applied for. They've been applied for inclusion at the Olympic Games
in 2020, apparently.
And they will determine the shortlist to be announced on June.
So
27th.
they've applied to be in the Olympics, but they're not in yet.
They need to announce it.
That's
first.
what we see. Mark. Mark's like, I wish they had cameras back then. Would have recorded and saved copies.
Gladiator.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well, let's move to, or let's segue over to sports that we play, right?
Yeah.
Because you were talking about Pacer today. What kind of gym class activities have you been involved in so far, Joe, this year? What have you done in gym class? What sports have they introduced you to?
Well, we've only really had 4 days, and we've only really played one sport. Try to guess it. It's one of the weirdest sports.
Wait. So you have? Oh no, because you have two trimesters of gym, right?
Yeah. No, I have 1 trimester.
You only have 1 trimester of gym?
Yeah, 1 trimester, 70-minute days.
That's so wrong.
Well, anyways.
That's so wrong.
We've only had
1
it for
trimester?
like a few days.
Okay.
So you've only been in it for like 3 days.
Okay, 3 days, and you've only done one sport.
One
right?
sport, and it's a weird sport. I'm telling you that.
Pickleball.
Oh my gosh, he actually guessed
yes!
it. That's actually what it was. We played pickleball.
Wah, 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 wah. Mark's a winner. What a winner. Pickleball.
That impresses me that he guessed that.
Actually, that is like a staple sport around here in gym class. I swear we played pickleball so much. That's with the plastic racket, right?
Yeah,
with
plastic
the little holes in it.
racket with the little holes, and then you use the wiffle ball.
The wiffle ball, and you only get 1 bounce, right?
Yep. It's basically tennis, but with different racket and ball.
I can't believe you got that right on the nose. That's funny. Oh man, that's crazy. So what do they have you do for warm up now? I'm curious if it's different than when I was.
So for the most part, because like you said, we only have 1 trimester. They decided to put most of the extra time towards extra warm-ups.
Yeah. So
what we have to do is we trade off with the other classes. There's 2 classes. There's Mr. Witter's class and Mrs. Manhart's class. And because of that, one class will be doing the thing in the gym while the other is doing what's called the Beast Box.
Okay.
Which the Beast Box is like, we go in there and basically we do like 5 or 6, I think it's actually 5 activities, and we do them for a minute, and then we have 45 seconds to switch to the next one, and then we do that for a minute. We do all those things. Usually they're like shoulder presses, this sort of thing.
Holy smokes!
Biceps.
Like they've really upped the warm up.
And then there's
also
of this.
like
planking, those sort of things, and we do each one of those for 1 minute, for all 5 stations. Then after that, well, the other station, depending on what day it is, will be, you have 10 minutes, you walk or jog around the track, and you're expected to do at least one time jogging around the mat, 1 time jogging around the whatever it's the track,
yeah,
and 1 lap walking, 1 lap jogging, 1 lap walking. You're expected to do at least that.
Sounds like you're getting a cage fight with the Sasquatch. What?
It's just he's talking about the Beast Box.
What was that one again? I missed it.
Oh, the second thing?
No, what's he talking about then?
The Beast Box.
I don't get it.
The Beast Box? Cage fight with a Sasquatch?
What?
How do you not
I don't
get
understand.
that?
I don't understand. Why am I not understanding this?
What is a Sasquatch, James? A beast. What do they call it, a cage fight? It's called a box. It's the Beast Box.
So wait, when did you say that though?
I was talking about how when we go up for our first warm-ups, we go to the thing called the Beast Box. It's like a little thing up in the corner around.
Okay.
And you just go up into it and you just do, you do all those workouts. That's what you do. Those things.
In that box.
Oh, and also always in the Beast Box we have a minute of biking. That's always one of them.
Oh man, that's a crazy warm-up.
It's more of a conditioning for...
So how long does that take you all then?
About 20 minutes.
I'll say that sounds like it's half the class.
Yeah. That's what they took all their extra time and put it into. Because normally warm-ups is just like jog down, do this, jog down, do this, jog down, do this, you're done. And it only took about 3 or 4 minutes. But because they took so many more days off of it, they decided to put all those extra minutes into warm-ups, which are basically conditioning now.
Wow. That's a crazy amount of conditioning, or a crazy amount of warm-ups.
Does it make sense
You
now?
want to know? You want to hear my warm-ups?
Oh gosh, I already know where this is going.
When I was in middle school, my warm-ups were, I think it was sit-ups. You had to do like 15 to 20, I think it was.
I think I know what you're talking about because we had to do this in West.
Yep, and then push-ups, 15 to 20. That was the warm-up part, and then we did one lap. It was either when it was warm out, we went around the field, but when it was cold out, we just did one lap in the gym, and that was it. That was our warm up. I think it took us maybe 10-15 minutes tops, like not even like 5 to 10 minutes tops. It was a short little warm up, and then we got right into the game. It was great.
See, Miss Banhart, the new gym teacher they just hired this year.
Yeah.
She's like super into running and stuff and like conditioning. So, and she
no, don't get me wrong, conditioning's good.
Yeah, it is good.
I agree with what they're doing.
With given the extra time, she's like, oh well,
yeah.
Since we're not having this much time in our sports, we're gonna need to get them conditioned to that point faster for the beginning of the year testing, end of the year testing.
Yeah.
They wanted to condition us more, and since they have less amount of time, they're like, well, I guess we're just gonna put that more in. And she designed this whole thing pretty much.
Oh yeah.
She might have done things with Mr. Witter too, but I know that it wasn't this way last year with Mrs. Maloney. I liked Mrs. Maloney. She was a good gym teacher. Which is why Point offered her more pay. Because they wanted her.
Oh, Joe. Oh, man. No, so, yeah, my warm-up was far less intense than yours. And then I'll come to a little confession here. Oops. Believe it or not, I wasn't the biggest gym kid. Wasn't really my most favorite or shining moment.
Oh, she moved to Madison? I thought it was Point.
What?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Maloney. I thought it was
But
Point.
anyway, it was not my shining moment. Gym class is not really my thing, other than a few sports in there. So the warm-ups, I would wait for the opportune moments when the teacher wasn't looking and just like take a break. Just take a break all the time, taking breaks. But it was before I realized the benefits that being active have for you.
See, nowadays they make sure for a fact that kids aren't doing that, so the gym teachers are always like looking around really quickly, like back and forth. It's not like they just go down, oh, you're doing this, and they look away down the more kids. They just like stand like far away from the kids and look at the whole group as in general. So.
Oh man. No, yeah, it's I enjoyed. I think we'll get into this after we do another random fact here, but I enjoyed certain units in gym class. I think one of my favorite was the swimming unit, and I will get into that after we pull a random
James,
fact. What
about the skiing units?
We'll break into round 2 of stories here after we get a random fact. Number 2.
Oh yeah.
Number 2, random fact. Give us a random
Okay,
fact.
should we do another vote?
Yeah, let's do another vote.
Okay, so let's not use the same book. So
Just give us the colors again. Just give us the colors.
Okay. Black, red, brown, or blue?
Black, red, brown, or blue. Give us a number and we will tell you what the random fact is. Red. We got a red.
Red.
Red so far.
Start picking some, like, elevator
red,
music
red.
during this. Okay.
Going
with the communistic colors, I guess. Yeah, especially if we get one more.
Okay. Red it is.
Red. Pretty soon we can say we read from the red. Oh.
What's why I wanted laced shoes over Velcro?
I don't know. Okay. The sleepiest mammals are armadillos, sloths, and opossums. They spend 80% of their lives sleeping or dozing.
80%?
Yep.
You just found a creature that sleeps more than I do.
An armadillo? Well,
a sloth, too.
Sloth and opossum.
80% of their lives?
80% of their lives.
That means they're only living 20% of the time.
Yep, they're only awake 20% of their lives.
20% is all they have to live.
You sleep 4 hours, you're awake for 1.
Holy smokes. That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of time.
Here, one more. Vultures sometimes eat so much that they can't take off in flight from the weight.
Oh, that's the same thing with the puffins. There's puffins in Alaska. They told us this too in Alaska. If they eat way too much, it'll it was funny because we got to actually see it too. You'd see this bird go. He would literally. I'm gonna do a reenactment for you here. Ready? It was like this. It was like he's sitting in the water, and then he'd be like, and you just see him like skimming on the water, just like, and then he's like, and just like give up, go back into the water. It was hilarious. That they could not digest. They had to wait to digest the food in order to actually fly.
Well, apparently vultures are the same way. Which if you think about how much that requires for a vulture,
because they have a much bigger wingspan than a puffin does.
Than a puffin.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
And aren't they scavengers? They don't even eat like living things. They just find dead things placed around, I believe.
Yeah, that's what vultures do. Yeah. They go for the leftovers. Well, thank you, Joe, for that random fact.
Yeet.
We'll get one more in there before the end of the show, but we're gonna move on here to some more stories. So, what is this comment here, Joe?
Oh, apparently Zach
3
gym
units
class for 3 units. He got A's.
Yeah, dude, I know. I was a star gym class specimen.
You would have liked having Mr. Witter. He doesn't really care about anything.
I had a cousin, and if he's watching, I'm sorry, but I had a cousin who got a little upset because he would try so hard. He loved gym class, and he did his best, and he worked his hardest, and he put in like 100% effort. And then there was me over in the corner, just sitting it back, taking it easy, and then I do my push-ups while the teacher's watching, take it easy, and he's doing everything. He's doing the fastest that he can go, and I would get an A, and then he got a B+, I think. So
because you're pushing yourself. Because
I was pushing myself.
See,
star cheater. No, I just knew how to finagle and work the system, Mark. That's all.
Okay. So, what story?
Okay. Do you have any stories, or do you want me to you want to pick one of my stories?
Okay, I have a story, but it's like the lesser of one of your stories. So.
Which one?
The skiing one.
The skiing story? You did skiing already?
Yeah, we did that in like 6th or 7th grade.
Okay, well it's called cheating, Mark. Mark, no, it's not. It's called working the system. All right, go with your skiing story, Joe. What's your skiing story?
Okay, yours is better than mine, but mine's pretty good too. In fact, I actually thought that was gonna be like a great story and all when I came up with that story, and then you told me yours, and I'm like, oh. So here's what happened.
Yeah.
So I was gone the first day, and because of that, I didn't know how to take the skis off or put them on.
Mm-hmm.
So I was having issues the first day of the thingy, the ski unit,
Mm-hmm.
and I tried putting them on, but they just wouldn't click in because I couldn't figure it out.
Okay.
Until when I was trying to put them on, and I just fell, and I actually got it on.
Oh, nice.
But now I had the ski on, and I didn't know how to take it off or get back up. So like I was just stuck on the ground, like trying to.
Classic problem.
And then this person came along, tried helping me back up, and like they were like trying to explain this to me until they finally got me to get back up, and then I was like, oh, finally I can get to the group, and they're sitting there like readying to go, and then we start going, and we're going in like this circle around like the thingy, and we had to go up to the point where you went up a hill and then you skied back down, okay?
Okay.
And I went to the hill. I was trying to get up it, but nobody could get up. Like, very few kids were actually able to get up it.
Well, you have to do the waddle thing, right? Where you
Yep, that's what
out.
you're supposed to do, but
Yeah.
I could not do that for some reason. And it was me and 2 other kids that were stuck like that for the longest time. And eventually, we were like, okay, we're just laying down and crawling up. We're sick of this. So like we all lay down and we start doing like an army crawl up the hill. I'm the first one to get up to the top of it,
Yeah.
and then we hear her yell, "If you're not past the slope yet, turn around. You don't have enough time." We're like, dang it. So I'm like, well, if I'm going back with the bang. So I'm just like,
no.
I'm gonna ski down this hill, but this thing's much
no.
steeper than the one we're supposed to go down. And I don't know if you know this about, well, you definitely know this about me. My legs, they naturally go out, like they naturally angle out. Well, I start going down and my legs just split. I ended up doing almost a complete split. And I forgot about the other 2 guys that were going down the hill. I plowed right through them going down the hill.
So you were doing the splits going down this hill and took out 2 people on your way.
Yeah.
Scatting? That's what it's called when you do the feet out thing, apparently.
Wait, I don't remember you being there, Zach, but
Apparently he was there.
I thought it was just...
Oh yeah, you were.
Maybe there was
Oh
3
yeah,
people.
you were in pain. He says, you were in pain.
Maybe Zach was... Maybe it was 3 people, because I remember for sure... I remember 2 of the people that were there. Maybe there was 3 people, and maybe I don't remember you, but oh well.
Scatting.
Maybe it was 3 people. Okay. But yeah, that happened, and it was painful. But
Oh,
now
man.
on to your story.
So okay, so I actually have 2 that I can share.
I have 2.
Not one is. I'll end with the skiing one because that is the cap of it. Oh, skating. Whatever it's called, or he's just forgetting how to spell it.
Okay.
No, I have 2 stories that I can share from gym class. At least, no, 3. I have 3 good ones. So one was the first time I almost passed out, and I've never passed out, and this was the closest I ever got. At the time, I was in high school, and I want to say I was at that time like 450 pounds. So I'm a big guy. I'm a heavy dude.
Yeah.
And we were playing dodgeball. This is the oddest way to almost pass out. And I threw my pack out throwing the ball. I threw it so hard. It was at the end of gym class. All of a sudden I was just like, oh man. And I had pulled something in my upper back. And I don't know what I did, but it was so painful. I went to the nurse's office. I'm just like, I need to sit down and take a break, and I think I need to go home because I'm not feeling well at all because I was nauseous.
Yeah.
You know? So when my mom got there, I stood up and my mom said, "Your face just went completely pale, like white, like a ghost." And the nurse that was in the office got so scared because it looked like I was going to fall over. And I don't know if you have you ever been close to passing out?
No.
So what happens is like you get these black circles closing in.
I've heard that.
Yeah. So I had black circles starting to close in. I'm like, oh, this is odd. I've never had this before. And they're like, you need to sit down. So they quickly got me over to a chair. Mom said that the nurse's eyes were like so afraid because they're like, if he goes down, we're not catching him. So that was my first story. My second one is I mentioned before we took a break for the random facts that my favorite sport or my favorite thing that we did in gym class, I would have to say would be some of the water stuff.
Yeah.
So at Lincoln, at our high school, we have a pretty big pool, and we would do water polo. So in water polo, basically it's like football in the water. Pretty much. is what you can call it. So because of my size, once again, this is where I was when I was like 450 pounds, somewhere in there. I can just float. So in the deeper sections of the pool, people would look at me like, how are you still there? You can't be there that long. I'm like, I'm good. And for the water treading unit, where we had to tread water, they're like, okay, whoever lasts the longest, gets the record for the class or whatever. I feel like we got something, but I can't remember. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I would just sit there all class, and the thing was too, they're like, you need to be moving. I'm like, okay. And I just move my hands back and forth. So, like, other students would get so mad at me. It was funny. Oh, man. And with water polo, too, because of my size, imagine them trying... You had to dunk the person to get the ball, So they would try dunking me. And literally, you just have these other students just on me trying to pull me down, but I would just kind of trudge all the way over. So by the end of the game, it was literally like I could just walk over to the end. So they would hand me the ball, and I would just walk there. It was fun. It was fun for my team at least. So yes, we actually forgot to mention that. You want to say it, Joe?
Happy Pi Day, everybody.
Happy Pi Day.
Should I say as many numbers as I know?
Yes, Joe, give us all of the numbers that you know of pi. Go.
3.14159265358979322384626433832795028841 I think 0, but I'm about 50% sure it's a 0 on that right after that, but
once I get the what's it called? The Stream Deck, I'll get sound effects working, but for now, Bravo. Bravo, my brother. Shall we, here, let's bring it up on the screen here and see how close you were.
Was it a 0? I don't know. It probably wasn't a 0, but oh well.
Here, let's, well, you can't see this. Don't look at the screen. Look up and get ready to recite it again, alright? This doesn't even give us all the digits. 1 million digits of pi. All right, go.
3.14159265358979323846279502884190 question.
Nope, it's 7.
Okay, it wasn't a 0.
Wow, that's so many digits. How do you know all of those? Oh, here, I didn't even bring it up on the screen. I'm sorry. I discredited your work, Joe.
Here.
Go again.
3.14159265358979323846264338327995. Wait. 27950288417.
Yeah. Well,
7,
you didn't know 7.
I didn't know the 7 before, but now I do.
So let's see here. That's how many digits is that?
I think it's like 30.
Wow. Joe, that is impressive. Consider me impressed.
My friend Kevin knows like 100, so.
Really?
Yeah. Because I was messing around when I was.
Do one more time. I want to check. There, we did it twice.
Okay. Why do I know that? Because I was messing around when I was volunteering at church.
What were you volunteering for that you were not paying attention to, obviously?
It was just with friends. I was working the tech booth, and they were going through like a... I forgot what they were doing, but they were doing something like on the screen, and it was just a video running in the background, so I was like, what am I going to do? So I just pulled up the website. I was like, I'm going to start memorizing it.
Oh, man. Hey, that's pretty good, Zach. I only ever knew 3.1415, I think, was like the highest I ever got. And then I'm like, I don't need to know all those numbers. So, yeah. So happy Pie Day. I don't have any pie.
Also,
I did just eat a banana, but that's not.
Also,
that's not pie.
Did you hear about the Stephen Hawking?
Yeah. Unfortunately, a great scientist has passed away.
It's a miracle that he lived as long as he did, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because wasn't he only given like a year when he was diagnosed or whatever?
Yeah, and I believe he was only supposed to live till he was like 20.
Yeah.
And he lived 56 years extra.
Much longer. Yeah.
By the way, little interesting fact.
Give it to us.
And this one was just created today because of that.
Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking died he was born on Galileo's death day and died on Albert Einstein's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
2 years back in the what?
Is that?
Oh, he was given 2 years to live back in the 60s.
Oh, okay.
Is what Mark's saying.
So,
yeah.
How long ago would that? Yeah.
In the what? Oh, the 60s?
Yeah, that would have been like 50-something years ago. Yeah.
Well, it's 2018.
Yeah.
So
58 years.
Yes. The Walkabout. Zach wants to talk about
the walkout.
The walkout. Oh gosh.
Let's not talk about that. We don't want to get too political on this show. So
no. Okay. So I will say this. I will say something on this because I don't think this is politics. My opinion on it is students should stay in school because the whole idea of walking out just yes, exactly, Mark. No. Like you're there for an education. If you want to do a walkout, like I understand wanting to do like share your voice. Do it after school hours. Like or right when school gets out. Peacefully assemble then. Why do you have to walk out of school to make a point?
And you know what? I would say that even if it's for a point that lines up with my beliefs. I'm not saying if this one did or not, but I'm saying if it did, which I'm not going to say if this one did or not. I still wouldn't think it's right to leave school for this.
They were only out for 20 minutes.
At our school,
it doesn't matter if it's 20 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 1 minute. You left the school premises when you were supposed to be in class. That's my take. Is that's where you're supposed to be. That's where the law requires you to be. So unless you're ill, you should be in that class.
Or you have a field trip.
You know, the regular you know, actual educational excuses too.
Like
so that's my opinion.
Next week, Wednesday, I have a math league competition again.
Math league. There's a sport.
Sport. It's pretty much you go to UWSP.
Oh, do you get to go to the food court there?
That's what we did the past 2 times, but this time, since it's the final
food court,
it is really good.
It's delicious.
Yeah, but that's what we've had. That's what we had the past 2 days, and but the past 2 competitions. But this time we're going to Pizza Ranch instead because it's a celebratory one.
Do you like? I think I've only been to Pizza Ranch like twice.
It's pretty good.
Is it?
Yeah, it's kind of like imagine Politos but on a buffet. So
really bad for weight loss.
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to go there. Although Points diner thing there too isn't real conducive for weight loss.
I mean, let's think about
the stir fry. The stir fry's not bad.
True.
You can get the stir fry there.
At their food court, they have it's a all you can eat buffet, and they have taco bar, like a taco bar.
Really low quality pizza. So it's like Little Caesars draped on.
But it's like Polito's flavors. So like they're weird flavors.
So it's Polito Caesars?
I guess. Polito Caesars.
Polito Caesars.
But they have like different flavors.
Okay.
Like chicken Alfredo. I think they have like some weird
I know I have some relatives that really like Pizza Ranch. So
yeah.
I've only, like I said, I've only been there
I kind of like
twice,
it.
So.
But I'm also, I like buffets.
Dude, people are very specific about their pizzas, though.
True.
People are very specific on pizzas.
Well, just remember, and be nice to Frank. He guards the tomatoes.
What? Oh, you're talking. yeah, you're talking from the.
Yeah, that was on a pizza.
Oh, dude,
remember?
We didn't even have a Reddit segment
Don't
today.
add too much sauce. I don't even know.
We don't even have time for it.
I think I saved some, but.
We forgot to get your Reddits of the week.
Oh, well. True.
Not as good as Polito's.
It's not as good as
That's
Polito's.
why it's Polito's Little Caesar, or Polito Caesar.
Polito Caesar.
Polito Caesar.
It's been a long time since I've been there, though. But I liked it, remembering when I've had it.
All right, let's get my last... Hello.
Hello,
Glad to have you. Urchinator? Urchinator. I like the name. It's interesting.
It is pretty interesting.
No, I can tell my... We got about 10 minutes, so let me tell my my skiing story. We'll wrap it up with my skiing story, and then we'll do a random fact, and we'll call it a night. But this is by far my worst gym experience ever. And it was so traumatizing. After it happened, the gym teacher let me skip the unit and just write a paper on it. That's how traumatizing this was for me. Okay? It was still to this day strikes me down. I had missed the first day for the skiing unit in our class.
Just like me.
Missed the first day. So I missed all of the how to clip your skis in, how to get the skis out, you know, how to stand up when you fall down, all the really, you know, it's kind of important. It's you know, somewhat important. So I get there and he's like, "What size of shoe you wear?" And he hands me the boots and he says, "All right, let's go. We got to get out there." And I'm like, "Okay." So I start walking to the door and he's helping getting other kids clipped in. So he's like, "Here, where are your skis?" He like hand them to him, he sets them down, and he's like, "All right." And he takes my feet. He literally like grabbed my ankle and went click, click. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're good to go." And I'm like, "Okay." So another thing to know about me is I'm not very comfortable on slick surfaces. And I never have been. I'm better now that I'm losing weight, but still not 100% comfortable. So when he pushed me out there on those skis, I was already terrified. So I'm just like scooting my way out to the other students, and he's like, "All right, so we're gonna do one lap around this whole field." And this field, it's the one at West.
Yeah, that's the same way as where ours was.
It's a big field. It's a big field. You can go. What would you say? It's like 2 football fields all the way down.
Yeah.
2 football fields all the way to where you would ski.
Well, yeah, because they have the practice football field and they have the soccer field, so it is about 2.
So you would do a big circle around 2 big football fields, and into the woods there, right?
Yeah, partially into the woods. That's where that thing that I fell down was.
So, I'm at the back of the line because I had to find my boots and tie them and everything, because I wasn't there the first day. Whereas every other student knew what they were doing. They grabbed their boots and they're all good to go. So I'm at the back of the line and he's like, "All right, let's go." And they all take off, and there I am at the back of the pack, just like scooting along, taking it easy, just trying to stay up. You know, a few times I had whoa, like those I'm almost tipping over moments, and
they
explained the school. Expanded the school.
Now.
Yeah, now it's not, but yeah. So I'm scooting along, and by this point I'm like a good probably about 20 feet behind, and I fall over. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. You can recover from that. You can get up. So I thought. So here I am on the ground. I'm like, okay, how do I get up? And I try standing up like I normally would, but there's these big skis on your feet now. So that didn't work, and I'm heavier. I still am heavy, but I'm like, at this point I'm probably in my 300s, 350 maybe, somewhere in there, because it was the last year of middle school. So probably somewhere in the 350 to 400 range. So I'm trying to get up, and I'm just flopping on the ground, just trying anything to get up. It was like a fish out of water. It was so embarrassing. The most embarrassing part, though, was not the fact that I couldn't get up. It was the fact that the whole class had left without me. And no one came back. Not a single soul came back for me. It wasn't until they were halfway around the field did some kid, I think from the middle of the line, go like pass up the word to the teacher that I had fallen and I could not get up.
Oh, I've fallen and I can't get up.
There was no life alert, my friends. There was no button that I could call. I was down for the count. So, at this point, they're halfway around the field. Life alert. There was no life alert. At this point, they're halfway around the field. And a kid points this out to the teacher. So, he literally just... The teacher takes off around the rest of the field and leaves the whole class behind as they're all looking over at me on the ground, flopping around, trying to get up, just failing. Because I didn't know. And you guys are like, why didn't you just unclip the skis? And I'm like, I didn't know how. I did not know how to unclip the skis. Because what you do is you take the pole.
You take a pole and stick it on
and
a button.
There's a button that you press. But I didn't know that.
Yep.
So I was like, how do I take these darn things off? So there I was flopping around. He finally comes around. He's like, why didn't you just unclip it? Click. My camera just went
ironic.
off. Yeah. We're going over that time limit for the camera. But no, I'll fix it sometime. But that happened, and he felt so bad that literally the next day he was like, or after that, he was like, you can just go inside. And then he talked to me after class, and he's like, do you just want to skip the rest of the week and write a paper on it instead? Because I know you missed the first day, and you missed quite a bit. So I'm like...
Is that Mr. Duxbury?
Yeah, that was Duxbury. He was a good guy. He was awesome.
I had him for health. I never had him as an actual gym teacher, though.
Oh, yeah. No, he was good. He was good. But I got to say, that was the most embarrassing moment in my middle school career.
Kind of interesting fact about me and my teachers in the past. I have never in my entire life had a male gym teacher.
Really?
Not once yet.
Interesting. Because I want to say I had 3 different male gym teachers.
See, all through elementary school we had that one, we had Mrs. Bone through all of elementary school.
Yep, I did too, basically.
But then, from that on, there was always one male gym teacher, one female gym teacher. And 6th grade, I got Miss Williamson. 7th grade, I got Miss Williamson instead of Mr. Duxbury for both those years. Last year, I got Mrs. Maloney instead of Mr. Witter. And this year, I have Mrs. Manhart instead of Mr. Witter. So, like, I've never had a male gym teacher. Ever.
Interesting.
Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Are they more...
I mean, I don't think it matters. I'll say it never made a difference in my opinion. But... All right. I think it is that time for one more random fact.
Oh, no, random fact?
Oh, do you just want to give us one instead of from the book?
I got a haircut.
I was about to ask at the beginning of the show. I'm like, you know what? Joe's looking pretty spiffy. Better than his brother over here who hasn't shaved for a while and needs to. I've been told that I should try to grow a beard, but I don't think I have the facial hair for it. So, he says Black Book. Travis says Black Book. Give us one out of the Black Book.
Okay, Black Book. Oh, legitimate fact rather than I got a haircut.
The origin of the word boycott. Maybe next week, Dad. Maybe next week.
Okay.
Let's get a random fact in real quick, and then because we got about a minute. Minute, Joe. Minute. Go.
Tree crickets sing an exact mathematic ratio to the temperature of the air. There's no need for a thermometer on a summer night. Just count the number of chirps a cricket makes in 15 seconds, add 40, and the result will be the current air temperature in degrees Fahrenheit.
Interesting. That is that's a random but interesting fact.
Wonder how they know that.
Right? That's crazy. I mean, someone had to have tested it, right?
I guess.
All right. Well, with that, thank you guys for joining us tonight here on The Basement Brothers. If you haven't already, go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, and share it around. We love to have you guys here talking with you, chatting with you, sharing stories, and just hanging out. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Thank you for watching.